Big deal. Let me see this Maximilian stuff. Maximilian's the legend. Love Max OG. He talked about Marvel here. It's his newest
let's
video.
talk about
Let me just
Marvel vs.
see this
Capcom
together
as a
with
whole.
you. I've never seen this yet.
My reaction was so notably big. It's almost like my reaction became a point of conversation outside of the fact that a Marvel vs. Capcom collection was announced. It was very weird. It went viral. Why?
Yo, Pink Mega Man Ryu, my man. Thank you so much. Why didn't you sub yourself instead? Why didn't, you know what I'm saying? Just sub yourself instead, you know? That's better. So you're like, cause like usually I would turn on this all sub mode if we get some trolls out there, but you know what I mean? We don't want to leave you out, but thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Why was that
Very
the way
much.
it was? There's a lot to it, and I feel like maybe it's a bit more. It makes a bit more sense to people.
I think this reaction that he had when he freaked out, he was so happy when they released the Marvel collection. It's because I think people fail to understand that Maximilian absolutely loves the Marvel vs. Capcom franchise. I mean, so as many other people. I mean, me included. Like, fuck, man, that's the franchise that got me into fighting games. You know. So I can see that, and I also think maybe he feels that there's more a chance that we can have Marvel 4.
Now, based on the reaction over the past few days, as we just discussed, like people making fan art, the responses from people on Twitter and videos and everything, like the world has lit up with Marvel vs. Capcom love and affection because it's back. But
always loved
ultimately,
it.
why
Though.
would Max be freaking out so much?
They only hated
why
MVCI.
am I being shilled and obviously overacting for something that is effectively 30-year-old games
That's not the
that
point.
you can play on Fightcade. Why, you bitch? Most importantly, I think we got to go back a few years to talk about why this was an impossibility, why we're in the one universe in 16,405 chances of this happening.
We don't know
And
about
it's
the
because Marvel
contracts,
vs.
licenses.
Capcom was dead. We got to go back even before MVCI.
Yep.
Before
Before
Ultimate
that.
Marvel 3, before Marvel 3,
He
and
died.
even going back to Marvel 2, the relationship that Capcom and Marvel
Yes,
have
sir.
from the 90s to MVC2, which extends
very,
until
very close
the
to.
early 2000s, and that's about it, is very touch and
That
go.
side.
Marvel's a much different company at the time.
Yes,
the
they
licensing
changed.
for their properties is dirt cheap. You know, historically, there's some funny things that Sony bought the licensing for Spider-Man.
Oh,
back in
absolutely.
the 90s or
No-
something
no
like that to
question.
make movies for like, what was it, 15 grand? The reason behind this is because
Maximilian is
Marvel
a
at the time
fucking
was
goat.
effectively going through like bankruptcy because the comic book industry was crashing. It exploded in the early 90s. It effectively was going through what happened to COVID and all of media during COVID happening, and now there's this downturn. That happened to Marvel, where it blew up in the span of one part of a decade, and at the end of that decade, it was dirt cheap. You couldn't even sell comic books anymore for anything close to the value that they were perceived to have. Comic books in the 90s and what Marvel effectively was in charge of was like Bitcoin. If we're being real, you're buying this thing that is inherently invaluable right now, but will put my kids through college.
Oh yeah. I play SF2.
That's what it was. So all the Marvel vs.
play
Capcom games
SF5?
are built around
That's
that
a good time to
idea.
start.
The rights for these
So
characters.
are you playing SF6?
Were not inherently super expensive.
Based on your name,
We
it
gotta
looks like you
flash
play
forward now
Ryu.
to the early 2010s / late 2000s. Marvel vs.
Awesome.
Capcom 2 comes back in 08-09. Right around the same time, Street Fighter 4 comes back. It's a big Capcom fighting game renaissance. The game is a port of the Dreamcast version.
Oh, this was a big deal when they released this. Re-released this.
The best-selling digital game of all time. At the time,
I think Marvel 2 might be the game that got re-released the most time ever. I think so. I'm not sure, but this is like from my, like, I guess that were the games that I play. I mean, definitely for sure the fighting games, right? Because look, they had it on the arcade, of course. They had it on PS2, then they had it on Dreamcast, then they had it on Xbox 360, right? And then they had it on, what's the other one? There's the other one. The weird one. The weird one. They have PS3. Sorry. Xbox 360 PS3. And then Did they have a PS5? I don't think a PS4. I don't think they have it on PS4 because there's a downturn there. And then now they're gonna release for the 6th time. So six so far from the top of my head. There are so many versions of SF2. Oh, dude, for sure. I mean, SF2 is like what they got: Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Hyper Fighting Championship Edition, the classic, right? I think 4. But I think like when it comes to re-releasing like just the same version, I think this one hits the cake across throughout the. Oh, they have Street Fighter 2 HD Remix, Street Fighter 2 Ultra Street Fighter 2 Turbo as well. Oh, that's right. Yes, I'm just not familiar with those games. But yeah, you're right. But I'm saying like for the games that I play, for my knowledge, I think of all fighting games that I've ever played and absolutely like have an idea of, I think this one has hit every generation when it comes to re-releasing it. It's actually crazy. It's only missing us on Steam. And now they're gonna fix that because they're gonna release a collection.
Digital games were
Hi.
not commonplace yet. Some things like Limbo,
Oh, brother.
indie-made 2D platformers,
For sure.
were kind of all that really existed. Capcom jumped at the forefront, and they're like, hey, we got a couple of digital games we want to sell. We did HD Remix, we did Puzzle Fighter. Here's Marvel vs. Capcom 2. But still, MVC2 came out and just blew up. Everybody
I don't know what's a
had
Breath of
chance to
Fire
just
series.
digitally
I'm not
buy
familiar.
Marvel 2,
I'm so
and we
sorry.
did.
I'm not very
It was
familiar with
amazing.
many
the majority
games.
of people that had a PS3 or 360 back in the day probably had Marvel 2
At all.
in some
I
way.
swear.
That has a pretty huge
I have
impact,
written down
which
how many
bleeds
games I've
directly
played
into
in the
Marvel
stream.
vs. Capcom 3, which happens 2 to 3 years later.
More than an
which
hour.
would be the about appropriate
Each
dev time
for it to qualify.
a title in
I think
that
I've
era,
only
in like the 2010s,
got 20.
2011s. Play it at Evo.
I need to
great.
finally save that.
Marvel's
Hold
back.
up, let me save that because I never save it. So I don't have to keep writing it down. Hold up, let me write it down because I keep fucking writing it down and I keep fucking just never fucking saving it. Games I played, right? 1 hour max. 1 hour at least, right? Alright. Of all time. Let's see. Let me just write it down. Let's see. I played Mario 3. That's my first Mario. Then I tried to play Mario 1. Then I played a little bit of Super Mario World. Okay? And then I played Mega Man X. My first one, I think. And then I played Street Fighter. No, Street Fighter games was late. I played StarCraft. I love that shit. Then I played. Did I play that an hour? In the fucking put some tokens in the fucking laundry mat? I guess you put the Super Turbo, right? I guess Super Turbo SF2. Right? Whatever. And then I played Red Alert 2. So how many is this now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I played Battle Realms. It's another RTS. Then I'll fucking die from Warcraft 3. That's my fucking favorite. TFT. Okay, that's 9. And then I played my very first true fighting game. It's X-Men vs. Street Fighter. I love that shit. That shit was amazing. And then I played Marvel Superheroes. Then I played Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter. And then I played Marvel versus Capcom 1. I played Tekken Tag 1. Did I play Tekken 3? I played Tekken 3 for an hour. Yeah, for sure. I played Tekken 3. I played Tekken 3 a little bit. Yeah, let's count that. Tekken Tag 1. Okay, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10. Okay. I should have numbered them already. This is 10. And this is this. After this, MVC2 for sure. Uh-huh. Shit. SF4 series. SFXT. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Right? Rising Thunder. Mortal Kombat X. Killer Instinct. On Xbox. I did not play CVS. I did not play those Third Strike. I did not play any of those, sir. I'm not very... I don't play a lot of games like that. I usually... Mind you, like, if we make this, must have played 10 hours, and we are removing... This is done. This is done. This 3 is done. If you put 10 hours, I think that would count. 10 hours, done. This, done. Done already. This, fucking done. Well, I did get top 3 in a tournament a couple times already. Without playing. I played this for like, for sure, 30 minutes. After I understood fighting games. I just throw fireballs. So, this still doesn't count. I've never played this shit for 10 hours. Not close. Maybe like 3. So, let's remove that. For sure, fucking many hours of this one. Many hours, many hours, many hours. Definitely 10 hours. Is this 10 hours? No. This is 10 hours more. Like, that fucking many hours for sure. Many hours. This one I was forced to play this shit. Fucking Ricky and Shady and Eduardo forced me to fucking play that shit. Don't want to play that fucking dang game. Okay, so now we're gonna play. We got the MVCI, SF5 series, SF6. I think I played. No, I did not play Injustice. More than 10 hours. That's it. Did I forget anything? WWE SmackDown vs. Raw? I don't think I played that one. Hi, Liquido. Hi. I think we had that on CPU battle, but I didn't play it. You feel me? That don't count. I never played those games. Like, see, there's games, right? Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter EX. Right? EX 2 or 3, whatever the fuck. Yeah. Yeah, these games I didn't play, but then when I entered a tournament, I won or I got third. Because you can just throw simple stuff that I learned from the newer games. They're pretty straightforward. They're a lot easier. Like, once you have a full understanding on how a fighting game works. Like a fighting game in general, how it works. It's like once you have that understanding, you play other fighting game, it's fucking easy to fucking pick that up. Okay, because you build up so much fundamentals throughout the years that shit's like becomes natural, you know? But like if you see this one, damn, I literally love RTS, brother. I played some StarCraft too. Is that 10 hours though? I don't know if that's 10 hours. I do not know. Maybe 5. I watch a lot of them though. It's I'm pretty sure I have more. Oh, 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 oh! I won Evo in that one. Wait, what game was that? Fantasy Strike, baby. I want that shit. I want that shit clean, brother. Clean with that motherfucker hosting them fucking stupid ass games. Power Rangers. Yeah, I play Power Rangers. With Chris G, we're learning this shit. Battle for the Grid, right? Battle for the Grid. I play that maybe like 15 hours. Restart to install the latest Windows update. Estimate. No, brother. No. Pick a time. When did I doing this? Should I just click snooze? Where are you? Where are you? Do not shut down my computer, bitch. Pick a day. I don't know. Never. Yeah, Thursday maybe. If that. If I want to. Yeah. Ask me again. Creatures. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 15. Yeah, I played like 22 games. 1K hours though. If we do 1K hours, I mean 100 or 1K hours are about that threshold already. Yeah, if you play 100 hours, that's definitely gonna be 1K already, for sure. I mean, there's no thing between that. I really think so. I think so. I think with my personality, it's how it is. But let's just say 1K hours, if that. I must have played that shit for months. Let me see. That means I need to have played it at least 4 months of 8 hours a day, if that, or 6 months. Let me see. 1K hours? Ah, fuck no, definitely not. StarCraft for sure. Yep. Oh no, not this one. This doesn't qualify. This qualifies. Not qualified. Okay, so this one, all 4 qualify. First. Qualified. Not qualified. Qualified. More not qualified. I didn't like this as much, but I still played it. Not qualified, of course. Very qualified. I guess it. Marble 2. SF4, SFXT definitely did not qualify. And Marble. I mean, you guys let me know. What do you guys think? Do you think Marble 3 qualified? I blistered my fucking hand in that fucking shit almost every fucking week, I feel. That's like the most fucking play. Yes. Not this, though. This one for sure. Fucking play this shit nonstop. Oh, goddamn. I was addicted to that one. Nope. This is close. This is probably like 300 hours. So it does not qualify. Did I get to play this shit for 1,000? Not September. October, November. Then December, I got the news that it's gonna get tanked by Marvel. So we didn't play anymore. It's a close call. It barely qualifies. Unfortunately. But let's just be generous. I don't want to be wrong with my own list. That good stuff, my man. That's what I'm talking about, my dude. In another universe, 100%, I would have definitely won a lot of quite a few RTS games, for sure. In another, because like I had to pick between those. It's my first love that I had to drop them because I knew that NA sucks, and you're only as good as the people you play against with. I knew that NA sucks, and I will never be world class level if I'm as long as I'm in NA. That I have to move to Korea or China or something. So I switched to fighting games instead when there's a lot of strong players. I do not play single player games at all. I swear on everything. I swear on my grandma, everything. I don't like playing games where I have to beat a computer. I feel like it's not fun. For me, okay? Everybody has their own, you know, preference on things. I don't like playing games that are like that. I like, let me see fucking Steam. What is this? The Elden Ring, whatever. I never fucking heard that shit or played that ever in my life. Like, yeah, you know, my friends be playing like some Harry Potter, some other stuff, some Final Fantasy. Never played that shit. It's like, what the fuck is the point of this? Can I learn something and body the motherfuckers? You know what I mean? Can I use like some, you know, like I do not know what's the point of it, you know? So basically, it all comes down to you can have fun playing it, right? So me, I don't have fun playing it, so that's why I don't have to bother playing it. That's what it is. Like, I even purchased the Contra and the Metal Slug on stream, right? Because like, you know what, we're gonna try this. I have played here, so you guys know, your boy ain't bullshitting. Here, I'm gonna show you. You guys know your boy. Here. It says 1 minute. Last played October 4, 2023. Huh? 1 minute. I can't even refund the bitch. Let me fucking tell you. I can't refund the bitch. Cannot refund the bitch. Because I cannot fucking focus on that shit. I just can't. There's no interaction, I feel. 1 fucking minute. You know what I mean? That's just, I don't fuck around with them things. I don't know why. And you saw that list. I had fucking a bunch of fighting games. Street Fighter 6, Marvel 3, Street Fighter 4, Power Rangers, Pocket Rumble, right? Marbles on Steam, on stream. That's the one when you know, when we pick the winner or whatever. Fantasy Strike and so on. But like in general, like I don't have that fun. Yeah, like I need to have fun. And I would have moved to Korea or any other country, whatever is required for me to improve. I promise you. There is no doubt. I would 100% grind that out. I would go there and chase whatever the fuck it could be chased. I would move. That's what's required to be great. You have to do that. No, not StarCraft 2. Warcraft. Yeah, but I think you understand. Almost every RTS that I played, I was fucking insane. For the time that I played them. Almost every single one of them. Like, I was really fucking good in this one. For the time, during the time I was playing it. I swear to fucking God, I was. And then I switched to this one. I can't be fucked with here. I promise you this. And then this one, brother, it was not close. This one, I was ranked 1 for 2 years in US West in Battle.net. Let alone I fucking have like a fucking 80% win rate on 2v2s as well. Okay? But then I knew that I'm not a pro yet. You understand? I knew that. I can't fuck with the pros. I know that. I wasn't like, because the fucking pros were like all the way there. And those are the real motherfuckers. My region was trash. Do you understand? I didn't have that illusion like I was the fucking best. No. I knew my region was trash. So you can't have that delusion, or else you're never gonna improve. So I would have moved for sure. Yes. Like all of them. I swear to fucking God. Like all these, like, cause like I go crazy when I play a game. I don't. There's no chill, brother. I don't chill. There's no chill. When I play a game, I don't just relax and like let's take our time. All these nonsense. I don't do that. It's only ham. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I play games. Like I need to understand what the fuck is this about? Who created this? What was the person eating during this time? What's his favorite food? What's his favorite color? How many frames? How many fucking seconds does it take from point A to point B if this unit does this? If I right click here, if I right click there, if I shift click here, do this here, how many more frames do I would save? Like that, down to a T. I would like to know that. And I would like to study every replay, which I used to do before. Back then, brother, you don't understand. Like, remember, I used to download every replay. Like replayers.net, wcreplays.com. I used to download every replay known to man. Every fucking replay. And I would watch all of them. All of them. All of them. Like, back then, I even like this. I go up to my buddy's house, Sam Teo, and then he's like, bro, I got some replays. It was sick. I was like, oh, okay. So back then it was like different, right? You go ahead there and that your boy's crib. You got a floppy ass disc, bro. You put the fucking floppy disc in my boy's computer, and he fucking drags the fucking replay. That's like a few KBs. Do you understand that? That's the kind of dedication I'm talking about. Floppy disk, bro. You understand? And you can only fit 8 replays. 8 replays on the fucking floppy disk, bro. So I needed to have a lot during that time. And I was like, bro, see, I had floppy disks. Okay. Okay, let's continue this.
But there's clearly something off.
Yeah.
The roster is not, I think, what everybody's expecting. It's okay. The default roster in Marvel 3 is only okay.
Yes, that's true. I one of the few people that saw the roster in a month before it was released. I was invited by Seth Killian, the Cannon brothers, which is the founders of Evo, in John Choi's house, and they had Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And during this time, your boy was already cooking a Street Fighter. So I was like, yeah, Marvel game? I was like, are you serious? And then I saw the Dormammu, and then, he said that's my baby. So I was really happy that they had a character, I would say, that was sort of made for me, sort of. So I was really happy with that one. But when I play Marvel games, I only play fast characters. That's the only time I broke the rule, because they're Dormammu. I saw the roster. Nobody knew who the fuck was. I didn't really give a fuck. I said, there's Magneto, then there's Dormammu, there's a Doctor Doom, there's a Sentinel, there's Phoenix, but the Phoenix is like broken. Let's play her, but then she's like very fast, and she has Fireball Teleport. Fuck, man. Match made in heaven. So I played those characters.
3. But obviously, Ultimate Marvel 3 launched like 6, 7 months, 8 months right
This
after
Marvel 3 vanilla was trash.
3. So there's a lot of drama.
That was a trash
there.
version of the game. 100%. It lagged.
Vanilla Marvel 3
It was
does
bad.
okay, and Ultimate
Trash.
Marvel 3 goes on to sell pretty
Ultimate
damn
Marvel
good.
3
But
though,
there
let me
is a
fucking tell
clear
you, that
massive
shit was a
influence
masterpiece.
In both of the rosters
Masterpiece.
of the game. What the fuck is a Rocket Raccoon? Who the hell is Nova? I've never even heard of X-23 before. Dormammu? What the shit is MODOK? This is at the time when
Even
I
he would
believe
say that. That shit
Captain
was trash.
America, the first movie, was coming out, and people were not aware.
And
of
who do
this
you think was the best in vanilla? All the way. All the way. All the way to the end, brother. Fchamp, what was that in the early? Brother, your boy was the best in that one. I won the last 4 of them. 4 events in a row. Bodied them all. They're lucky they had to release the ultimate. Well, they wasn't really lucky because I still bodied them bums. But like, in
MCU
general,
at all, but clearly at
that was
Marvel, the MCU
that was a trash version. It was really bad.
heavily thought up for a long time, and they had a plan of attack and Avengers and all this shit.
But I still
right?
played it 'cause
That
I loved it.
heavily was influencing
Because
the
Capcom
character choices
is gonna fix
in
them
Marvel
shits.
3 at the time. So much so, and we have to give credit to people like Seth Killian, who were working at Capcom, had to let Marvel know you have to put in characters like Sentinel, Magneto, and Storm. And from
Yes.
what I recall, Magneto was probably going to be in it, but Sentinel and Storm were going
Was
to
not.
be excluded.
Yes.
Where he had to fight hard. The
Yes.
Marvel influence was very intense.
Seth Killian is super important, you guys. You guys don't understand. Seth Killian made sure that the roster that the fans wanted, or what's gonna have that Marvel feel, would have to be in the game. You understand? How the game needs to have a certain amount of craziness for it to feel like it's a Marvel game. You understand? Somebody like a true OG like Seth Killian. I'm telling you. Without Seth Killian, guys, bro, when Seth Killian... Okay, let me tell you something. When Seth Killian was in Capcom, we were in a golden age of fighting games. We had the Marvel era, right? Marvel 3, right? Okay? We had Street Fighter 4. Do you understand this shit? That shit was like fucking goddamn golden era, brother. The resurrection of fighting games. Do you understand what I mean? That shit was the fucking gold, bro. You know what I mean? When Seth Killian left, bro, we had Cirque du Soleil, bro. We had Cross Tekken. We had Street Fighter 5 Season 1, 2, and 3 was trash. You know what I'm talking about? That it was an all-time low. MVCI. Do you see the shit? The difference? That difference.
And there's stories of even about Doctor Strange, Capcom folks working their asses off to appease the Marvel executives and the Marvel tenure about like, how do we get the hand signals for Doctor Strange to be the right thing, because
that is so true.
Marvel is in.
Marvel was so specific that if the animation of Doctor Strange's hands is not accurate to how he does his hands, they would say that's not. They have to scrap that design. They have to redo the whole thing again. That's how specific Marvel is.
Insanely meticulous
Yes.
with all this stuff. It was not an easy development, is what I'm trying to say. Outside of that, how do I know it was not an easy development? I literally worked with Marvel and Capcom in 2011 and 2012 for Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Literally had to go through the exact same process of licensing and approval for our goofy characters of our goofy YouTube series in the same way that Capcom had to. And Capcom foot the bill on insanely expensive licensing that was 2 to 3 times more the cost our entire production budget, because they did not want us to use costume characters. They wanted us to use their own characters, and their own characters and their versions of characters that we were going to bring in were like goofy ass Party City things. It was weird. So again, Marvel and Capcom, it's like,
it's
like
fighting.
opposite sides of a
It's surely
magnet.
like Marvel
They're,
versus
like,
Capcom.
always at each other's heads.
They never
with
agreed on
the
anything.
NBC series right around Marvel vs.
I swear,
Capcom 3.
they
This
never agreed on
continues.
anything. They always fight.
Origins comes out less than a year later. Comes out about 9 months.
It's always Marvel
after
versus Capcom for real in real
Ultimate
life
Marvel
with these
3. Marvel vs.
motherfuckers.
Capcom Origins is the only other MVC collection that exists. Came out on 360 and PS3. That game we also did a big series for. Had to go through approvals and stuff. It was once again a nightmare. We had to change entire parts of our film that were already shot because of the way certain Marvel characters were depicted. The weird thing about that collection is that the Marvel vs. Capcom Origins collection is only 2 games. It's Marvel Superheroes and MVC 1.
Yes.
MVC 1 is great, but Marvel Superheroes is a weird call. Why is
Yes.
it a weird call? Because
Very
there's
weird.
another game in the MVC franchise that has never gotten a faithful console port outside of Japan, and that was X-Men versus Street Fighter.
That was a way better one.
To be X-Men versus Street Fighter and MVC 1, because ultimately MVC Origins does not sell that much. It goes on to not be a great game in terms of sales, because really it didn't have the games people were expecting. At the time, X-Men was effectively being completely phased out at Marvel. From t-shirts
they don't have
to
X-Men
media, Wolverine died in the comics, like everything, man. Due to the fact that the licensing rights, the movie rights, were still at Fox, and Disney owned Marvel. This is way before the Fox merger.
That's so bad call. They should have put Marvel versus Street Fighter.
2 years later, 2014, Marvel vs. Capcom is dead. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and Marvel vs. Capcom Origins are effectively delisted from PlayStation as well as Xbox.
That's when they pulled them everything out.
And you cannot get them.
You cannot even buy them.
Marvel Origins, unpurchasable. Straight up. MVC 2 gets a weird physical release, which is effectively a box with a code in it. Over the years, this physical release, if it did indeed have the code and was unopened, would go for upwards of $300 to $400.
It was so hard to get these motherfuckers,
because there was no way to buy Marvel vs. Capcom 2 anymore.
Yes,
MVC
no, because like
stay dead for that
Marvel was sold to Disney, right? So there's a new set of people who's managing them now.
Marvel Infinite is,
and they lost access to the X-Men as well.
Come back. The old Marvel vs. Capcoms do not come back. Marvel Infinite.
Let's say MVCI didn't have X-Men characters
it's
too.
Announced, comes out in 2017, and also Marvel 3 comes back. They release a PlayStation 4 version, a PC version. Hallelujah!
And they didn't want to put Rocket Raccoon in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but then Marvel's in charge of what characters needs to be there because they need to promote their movies.
Ultimately, we don't get the old games. They're gone. The licensing for these old games was not figured out in any way. Well, we're stuck.
Because they have a plan on what shows are going to be released, what movies are going to be released.
At this time, Capcom is getting a lot of ire.
If you notice this, if you look, every single character from Marvel 3 roster has been in a movie already or about to come out, right? Okay, let me see this one. Brother, can you please load this up, please? Why is this so slow? Thank you. Yeah, so if you think about it, yo, Green Link, 7 streak, baby. So, all the Marvel ones, you see the Deadpool, right? Iron Fist, the Netflix nonsense. Fucking Guardians of the Galaxy during this time, it was non-existent. Obviously, the Iron Man, all of this stuff. They released the Doctor Strange, they have their Dormammu there. Obviously, Hawkeye, they had them Nicolas Cage, right? And then this one's coming out soon, but then they already shown this guy in Guardians of the Galaxy, right? But see, now Super Skrull with the fucking, what's the name? Secret Wars. They add this with a Black Widow, right? If you notice, and then she has her own show. See, they all think 10 years ahead. So the fans are gonna get used to the fucking names of these characters. So now when the show comes out, oh shit, I played that character. Like, do you understand? So now you automatically have a percentage amount of people that may have played this game might be a new viewer. You know what I'm saying? So they all think of that much ahead. So it's all part of that. It's all, to funnel them through that. So Capcom doesn't get to decide that other side of the roster. It's only Marvel. Yes.
In a
yes,
terrible spot, and then MVCI shows up and launches in a terrible spot. This is the second dark age of Capcom fighting games is what this is. So this is brutal, and I'm at the forefront of it, man. I'm like the Marvel vs. Capcom guy. It was easily one of like the worst years because I watched the thing. It's
definitely that guy
so much.
Or one of the guys. You know what I mean? Definitely a guy.
Ire. And whether or not I was defending a part of it, I was a shill. Whether or not
so happy that it was Max
advocating for change and hoping that this is
the most positive individual.
Good. I was getting fans upset at me not standing the game. 0-win
no
situation. I was always going to be caught in between. There was no way around it. MVCI
No idea.
sinks the franchise.
How is that even possible
It
to
is
come back?
done.
Maybe
we don't hear anything
I can know.
about Marvel versus Capcom for years.
Why would
And
they
it
even
seems
create that
like
one?
From a development perspective, that Marvel and Capcom want nothing to do with each other.
Unless
But
it's part of
shit
the
starts
versus game.
changing about 3 to 4 years down the line. There's a massive shakeup at Capcom in early 2020, where their fighting game division is being completely restructured. And at the same time,
Well, that's the kind of drama that happened. That is so true. I can't believe he said this. Every single person in Capcom, when I tell you guys this, are all my buddies. I know them all. Good relationship with everybody. I am telling you guys this. From the top all the way. Okay? What do you know about the whole team got replaced? Like, I'm telling you, the whole team. I don't even know who the fuck is running in it now. I'm talking about all the way to the fucking Ono-san, CEO, all the way to every VP, Seth Killian, you got John D there as well, right? You got many. You got Combo Fiend. I'm telling you this. I know all of them. Because you know why? They're my fucking neighbors. They're my neighbors. Here, I go outside, I walk down the street, it's Capcom. Do you understand? Now they all replaced them in 2020.
time, I run a tournament.
I can own it.
Because
Most,
I was super
yes, USA,
inspired by
Japan.
the Parsec era of MVC. It was like the main thing I was watching at night, whether it was Kevin Ha or Tong or any of these dudes that were Tampa Never Sleeps, were running Parsec Marvel tournaments, and they found a way to play Marvel 3 online without the netcode sucking, you know? It was cool. Inspired by that, I want to hold an official tournament on Twitch with Twitch rivals. So we call it the Marvel Lives Tournament, and we bring back all the biggest heads from Marvel 3's history. Can we all play on Parsec in this time frame? Can we get the approval of Marvel and Capcom? The answer is no. The answer is, well, that doesn't work because we need licensing approval.
Why do you need license to run a tournament?
We can't use Parsec. We don't have the licensing for Parsec, and this is an official Twitch tournament, so no, this isn't going to work. The nice part is that I have enough friends over at Twitch, Rick included, who runs Evo now, that really wants to do this. And I know a few people, at least at Marvel and Capcom, where I'm like, hey, I'm not going to destroy your brand here. Okay, we're actually going to bring back Assist Me. We're going to do a limited show. It's a live action tournament event. Yada,
You
yada,
just
yada.
do it.
It's going to be this big, cool thing. Sort of a celebration of Marvel versus Capcom 3. That's all it really is, because that's what most
As
of my
long
tournaments
as
are, right?
as long as you're running a grassroots kind of tournament, you're allowed to fucking do it. What the fuck? You can always host a tournament. Though if there's being monetized to a way and you have many sponsors, then that's the time it's gonna be some fucking issues.
Right?
But
And
then yeah, because
somehow,
Maximilian's
in some
level.
way, the people I know at Marvel are cool with it.
Yeah.
And the people I know at Capcom are cool with it. I'm over the fucking moon. I have to do so much work. It's insane. I was insanely
For sure,
stressed out,
Maximilian
but
works
having
fucking
Marvel versus Capcom
so hard.
back and people at least approaching the franchise with perspective of appreciation in any way meant a lot to me, where it's like, yo, okay, we can make MVC pop off in some way. A lot of people are excited for this tournament. Long story short, it blows up. And I'm like, wow.
Of course it will blow up. Maximilian fucking puts his hand on that shit. Of course that's just gonna blow up.
To bring a little
Max puts in so much detail into his shit, bro.
With very specific timing and a very
If there's
specific
even like
message,
a
I want
fucking
people
hater
to
out
know
there for
that
Max,
MVC2
that's just standard.
is still gone, and it's one of the most beloved
The man has
games of
done
all
nothing
time.
but
You
amazing
couldn't buy
things
these
for the
games
fighting game
anymore.
community.
The only way you can play them
And you
was
still
through
get the
emulation,
haters. Can
or
you
finding
imagine
an old
that?
copy that cost you
I want you guys to
literally
imagine that.
hundreds of dollars. And to me, it was a
That's just
cardinal
actually
sin.
crazy.
And guess what? It exploded. Celebrities were endorsing it. All these
If
other
Maximilian
content creators were
still gets
endorsing it.
haters, brother,
Worldwide
nobody
trending,
is safe
like
at this
number 2
point.
to number 1 worldwide trending on Twitter for the initial day we did, and stayed in top 10 trending for several days.
It's insane to me.
It was nuts. I couldn't believe the response. All that did was just reinforce the thought process that no, people love MVC as much as I do. There is
We got so many
an active
haters.
amount and a lot of people that would be willing to support
Not so
this
many, I
stuff if
guess.
it is what they
It's
want.
like all relative, like
And
to the
not
percentage,
thing
right?
that it was, you know? And this is where we come to the part of the story. Why did Max freak out so big? The 1 in 14,605 chance, everything around that, revolved around my personal understanding of how far this had gone.
Yes.
And the powers that be that went
I
out of their
explained
way
that.
to try to make this happen. There was active, like, movement going on, and then it stopped. Completely stopped dead in its tracks. And everything that
Maximilian
I
asked
understood
me
about
too
the
on Twitter
chances
about
was that there is no chance.
Let's see.
It's over.
What year
and I
was
was
that?
big sad. I was
Couple
big
years?
sad internally, but I had to
Because
start letting
I
people
talked
know
about MVC
No, don't.
4 is
I
in
don't want to
progress.
talk about Marvel vs. Capcom anymore. 3 years pass. And a Nintendo Direct. To my absolute bewilderment, it's happening. And it isn't just MVC2, it's everything. It's every single game.
Thank you,
Almost
NDA.
entire high school
I've been hearing the
career
rumors.
later, it happens. At a Nintendo Direct.
But I can't talk.
And I lose my fucking mind.
I cannot
Because
talk.
the thing that I had loved so much that I presumed was dead,
I spoke with the
buried,
cap-
and we need to forget
Yeah.
about it, and we need to move forward.
Or
It
the-
was like a friend of mine had passed away. They came back to
So
life.
they said that they brought in
front
a
of my
Evo
eyes type
champion
shit. And this isn't just
to consult them for the game. So he said he thought automatically it was me, which I cannot deny nor confirm, because you do sign some stuff. But
a
I'm not
video
sure.
game to me. This shit launched my career for the past 13, 14 years. My entire career as a huge part of my life. To me, this wasn't just a collection of 30-year-old games.
Yeah.
This was something that I fought like hard for. That I did my best to champion to any
He
regard,
absolutely
to any
loves
degree,
that. You could
whether or
see
not
the
it's
you could
competitive
hear the
side or casual
passion
side or
when he
anything.
talks
Getting
about
this
Marvel.
collection was an impossibility. Marvel vs. Capcom coming back and being a real thing again that is not dead was like watching goddamn Gil get off the ground after his life bar was depleted and he lifted into the sky. For anybody that might have been critical of my reaction,
I wonder
to
if I
Marvel
should
vs.
play it on
Capcom
keyboard.
collection and to
The X-Men versus Street Fighter.
turn into the absolute
Or the other
insane
games.
Homer
Because I
Simpson
played them. I
scream-
used to play them on
screaming
keyboard
idiot
too,
that I was.
or
I
stick.
feel it was perfectly valid, and I am living in a dream right now.
Massive respect to Max. I love Max.